right, studio time check says it's 35 minutes past 6 a.m. Today, the 10th day in June 2025. Good morning to you, dear listener. Thank you for tuning to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio and your number one family radio in the whole of Oyo State. It's a wonderful Tuesday morning, and the program is Perspectives Unlimited. Please accept apologies for bringing the show a few minutes behind, but we are here nonetheless, and we thank you for your patience and for staying tuned. Once again, this is Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio, your number one family radio in the whole of Oyo State. I am Bolanle Oduekun Ayola. Wells Radio is broadcasting live from along Alafin Avenue. That's the Wells Broadcasting House. It's located along Alafin Avenue, Uliole State, Ibadan. That's where we're broadcasting live from. And you can transact business by coming to the Wells Broadcasting House. And I'm sure that every of your business needs will be met. Additionally, you can follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X at Wells Radio 893. Also follow our fan page on Facebook at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. And did you know that you can actually listen to Wells Radio 89.3 FM even if you're not in Ibadan or if you're not in Oyo State? Yes, you can. It's very easy. All you have to do is go to our website, www.wellsradio893.com. I'll take that again, www.wellsradio893.com. Just scroll down a bit. On the lower left-hand corner, you'll see a play button where it's written live, L-I-V-E. You see a play button, just press that play button and you'll be able to listen to us. On some of our shows as well, you can watch us live on our Facebook fan page, Wells Radio 893 FM fan page, or YouTube, Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Leave a comment on our live chat on YouTube this morning and I'll give you a shout out. All right, we'll get to the program this morning. We'll be taking a look at headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in Nigeria this morning. I have the Punch newspaper, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, as well as the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Let's take a look at the front pages and see what they have to say. On the front page of the Punch newspaper, the lead headline says, Defections. Hurricane Tinubu sweeps 12 more senators and reps. The writer to that story says APC courts 4 governors, 10 Akwa Ibom NAS members to join ENO, to Edo Nasarawa senators to quit SDP, Labour Party. That story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. More headlines: tears, joy, as Nigerian pilgrims depart Saudi after Hajj. That's on page 28. More headlines: will be sparks firestorm over Tinubu subsidy figures. That story is on page 28 as well of the Punch newspaper. On the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, the lead headline says Naira may stabilize. Well, it's not the lead headline, but the headline we have here says Naira may stabilize around 1,600 Naira and 1,650 in near term. This is from experts. Abacha didn't annul June 12 election. Never stole money. Miriam defends late husband, says money saved by Abacha vanished months after his death. All right, that's there. And also on the Daily Trust newspaper front page, the lead headline says flood. Residents resist evacuation, seek help. That's on pages 2 and 3 of the Daily Trust newspaper. More headlines: 7 killed in Sokoto IED blast. That's on page 24. Another Tinubu's aide resigns. More headlines. This similar from Miriam Abacha, says money my husband kept for Nigeria vanished. Okay. Defections push APC members to 68 in Senate, 207 in reps. That's on page 6. Poor emergency services dog Abuja FMC. More headlines: Obi, what I would have done differently. These are some of the headlines we'll take a look at this morning, but we'll take a short break, and when we come back, Perspectives Unlimited will continue.
File 89.3 FM Wells Radio prefer 89.3 FM Nibe Gongon Lewa 89.3 FM your preferred wholesome radio.
All right, you're welcome back. Thank you for staying with us on Wells Radio 89.3 FM. This morning, we're ready to take a look at the headlines and the stories making the rounds across the different dailies in the country. And with that, I'll bring in our news editor and in-house analyst, Chukwemeka Munachiso. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Bola.
How do you do?
I'm all right.
Okay. Hope the rain yesterday, the rains that fell yesterday didn't disturb, because it was really sudden.
Yeah, it was. I went I went to somewhere and I was thoroughly soaked.
Oh.
So, and on running to this place, I fell into something.
Oh
but
my
I thank
God.
God I didn't injure myself too much.
Oh,
but
so
there were injuries,
about
yes.
that. So sorry about that. It's the rainy season. Rains are bound to, the rains are bound to, the heavens are bound to open.
Yes.
At the
Right
snap
time.
of a finger. You don't. I was so surprised when I heard it.
No
it had started
premonition.
raining. Yes. Okay. So for employers of labor, your employees may be ready to leave home and then the skies just open. Please, as much as possible, if it has to do with the rain, you don't want them to get into an accident or, get injured or anything like that. So please, let's temper, how do they say it? Justice with mercy. Exactly. All right, this morning we'll take a look at headlines and the stories making the rounds across the different dailies. The stories of the defections happening in the House of Reps and the Senate is on the front page of many dailies this morning. The Punch newspaper, for example, has it as the lead story. Now, they say that 10 National Assembly members from Akwa Ibom who were elected on the platform of the PDP and the Young People's Party have resolved to join Governor Umo Eno in the All Progressives Congress. They joined two senators from Edo and Nasarawa, Neda Imasue and Ahmed Wadada, respectively, in planned defections to the ruling APC. Also, they say that the ruling party, which is the APC, admitted that it was working to bring 4 other PDP governors into its fold, despite accusations that it was working to turn Nigeria into a one-party state. Let's start from the bigger picture. Do you think that, the way Punch has put it, it says Hurricane Tinubu defections. Is this looking like the APC is trying to make the country a one-party state? And would it be, so bad if the country was a one-party state?
Let me tell you something, Bola. What you see as defections are transactions. Monetary inducements, a lot of inducements here and there. It's not about somebody waking up and deciding that, with somebody with a right frame of mind, deciding that, okay, I'm living where I am to another place. There is massive pressure on these people. And it's not just physical pressure, financial pressure, promises here and there. Allegedly, in order for them to come over. Now, you are defecting to something that have created massive poverty in the land. It's only in Nigeria that, you see, this thing we are playing with, but I saw it coming. Because the character in the helm of affairs of this country are not people who play according to the rule. So they will cut corners. I'm coming. They will cut corners.
Is it wrong to defect?
Look, if you are defection is an evidence that you don't even stand for anything.
What
Look,
if they just no longer believe in the values of that party?
Is it now that you decided not to believe? Now, we have a constitution, section 68. Go and read it up. If they are defecting and you lose whatever you lose your party membership and what you are enjoying as a result of where you are voted in for, I don't think they will defect. If you defect as a governor from APC to PDP, you cease to be a governor. You think they will defect. But the constitution has been thoroughly violated. And that's why I said they don't play to the rules. But do you know one thing? We are making history. Jonathan had 22 governors behind him and he lost the election. It's not about defection. It's about the people. Unless we have abrogated Nigerians and that they are no longer going to come out and vote. If these people are the ones who are going to vote, then I will tell you that the ruling party will have it easy. But you defect. Look at what happened in Akwa Ibom. The governor stood up and said, people said no. A commissioner stood up to him and said, Dr. Ini Emebong, I'm not defecting. I'm a man of principle. Why am I defecting? So it is not about, it's not in the interest of the people. It's the interest of the defectors because they won't come out to tell us they are under pressure. Jonathan had, go and check it. Jonathan had 22 governors. He lost the election. And these defections here and there is even making APC look like the right thinking Nigerians. We see APC government and administration